Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another video. Just want to do an honest review for the recent Diablo 4 early access beta that went on this weekend. It went on, I believe, for 4 days: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and halfway through Monday. I was able to play about maybe 2 days out of those four. There were some server issues, but that's kind of typical when a game is really popular and when it's early access beta. Maybe they don't have all the servers up and they have to prioritize who gets onto the server and stuff like that. So that was the only issue that I had. I just kind of was being patient. I knew eventually it would fix itself when less people got onto the game or when they kind of worked their server issues out. But it was unfortunate because the first day, one of the reasons you get it is to hop on early access, maybe stream it. So if you're looking to stream it, probably weren't able to stream it for a couple of days, depending on the system, I guess, that you're playing on and stuff like that. So that was the only thing that was unfortunate. First, I want to point out, otherwise the gameplay is pretty amazing. The cutscenes are pretty amazing. And that's what got me interested in playing this, was the trailer and the whole theme, I guess. Something dark and mysterious that I've never played before. And that's the other thing too. A couple of people had asked me if I was going to go back and play Diablo 1, 2, or 3, because Diablo 4 is going to be the first one that I've ever played. It is pretty cool. Now, it is similar to a couple of games that I've played before. So I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. But I had been playing Vault Hunters, which is a more robotic, futuristic style of Diablo, because it's that, I guess they call it over-the-shoulder angle, or third-person over-the-shoulder angle, or maybe I think in sports they call it like 3/4 angle or something like that. There are a couple games that are similar to this out there. I know Diablo is an old game going back probably 15 years ago at least, maybe even longer than that. But this is officially my first Diablo, which is pretty cool. Again, it was amazing gameplay. Now, the graphics I like are kind of nostalgic. They're not super high tech as far as the gameplay. The cutscenes, on the other hand, are immaculate. They're literally like a movie, and they're long cutscenes. You're not getting like really short cutscenes. So those are the things that stuck out. For me, it was the cutscenes are pretty amazing. It's a really nice movie. The gameplay is very easy. Now, I know traditionally, and I said this is my first Diablo, so I don't know what to base it on. Some games, they make the beta a little bit more accessible, to entice you to buy it and try it out. Maybe when the game comes out, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But I did mention that during live streams that it's pretty amazing in a good way how easy it was, being it was my first Diablo. It wasn't too difficultly tough. It was very easy to just hop in and play it. Now, like I said, I have been playing games similar to this, even though I've never played Diablo. Like I said, Vault Hunters is one of them, and that's also still in beta, funny enough. Um, so it's very similar, where you kind of kill enemies, and then you loot, you get gold, and you get weapons, and you decide what weapons you want to use, what weapons are stronger. There's different levels to weapon strengths. Same thing, like common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and super rare, or epic, and stuff like that. So there's different grades and level. Now, the first tip I want to give, which you're seeing on the screen, is I just learned how to salvage, and that was something that I wish I would have learned, maybe from the other games if I had played it, or maybe just kind of read it a little bit differently. Now, when you're live streaming, the unfortunate thing is you don't have time to read every single thing, because if there's people watching, soon as your gameplay ends up being boring or slow, people just leave. So I wasn't really reading too much. I wasn't really exploring or trying new things. I was just trying to just kill enemies, get some good footage and stuff like that. So salvaging, like you saw with the blacksmith just now, it's something that you definitely want to do, because that's how you unlock new skins, new outfits. Now, those are just skins and outfits. They don't really help you in any way. It just makes your character look cooler. Maybe you get a more legendary outfit that nobody else has. But you're sacrificing gold, so you have to decide, do you want to sell your old equipment for gold and have money, or do you want to sell it or salvage it and just use it so you can get new skins, new outfits and stuff like that. So that was the one thing I figure out. When you kill enemies, you get tons of gold, and if you loot, you find tons of gold. I think for me, salvaging and getting new outfits are going to be the way to go for me when the beta comes out again next weekend, because next weekend's the open beta. This is the early access beta. So I think I learned to salvage over selling stuff, because like I said, once you're fighting and you're out there exploring, you're gonna find a lot of gold. There's a couple little puzzles you have to do to get gold, so I thought that was pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna be so strapped for cash and just look for gold, because the other thing too, you find a lot of good loot that when you go to the item shop, you can't, some of the stuff you don't need anyway, so there's no point. I know you're still going to need gold, I believe, to upgrade your weapon at the blacksmith. So basically, again, once you salvage, you're basically breaking down your old equipment for parts, and then use those parts to upgrade the equipment that you do want to upgrade. You're going to need cash, and you're going to need parts and stuff like that. So it's going to be good to salvage, but again, you're not going to get any gold out of it, so you're going to have to really go out and look for gold, kill enemies, maybe sell some stuff, because you do come across weapons and equipment that your character isn't going to be able to use, so those you can collect and then cash. Basically, going back and forth. I guess you think about times back then, medieval times, or hundreds of years ago, where you know, you do your stuff, you salvage it, and then you bring it to market, you sell it at market, then you come back. If that makes sense. So you basically think of yourself like maybe as a farmer or a merchant. You get or maybe you're a scavenger. You find stuff. You go to market. You sell it. You go back, scavenge more stuff. You go back to the market and sell it. So it's just something that you're gonna have to keep doing constantly. So those are the main things that I wanted to just kind of talk about real quickly. Is the cutscenes are amazing. The gameplay is amazing. It was pretty easy. Nothing was terribly difficult, but again, like I said, I had experience with other games that you go and you learn how to use your points correctly, what weapons, what skills you like the most, what kills the enemies the fastest, which one's more beneficial. For me, I think the lightning, electricity ones were the best weapons, because it can arc or go from enemy to enemy, and you're killing multiple enemies at the same time. If you get that skill powered up really strong, you hit it once, the lightning bolt goes to like 6 different enemies and kills them all instantly, or does major damage on them. Short range attacks are always going to do more damage. Long range don't really do too much damage. Some of them burn them, they freeze them. Some of them do the electricity and shock them also. So that's the other thing too, as far as gameplay. You're gonna have to decide where you want to spend your skill points, what attacks, if you want offense or defense. Again, luckily, like I said, and I'm really. It's funny how things always work out that way. If I never played uh, Vault Hunter, I never probably would have had the experience. I'd probably been really lost playing this. Um, but if you have some experience, maybe even in NFL football, Madden, NBA 2K basketball, you learn how to use your skill points the right way. You learn how to use your cash the right way, what you want to buy, what's going to help your player slash character the most. So those are the couple things. It does help with experience. If you by chance are maybe younger and maybe like 18 years old and you've never really played any of these type of games and you want to jump in, yeah, you're gonna have to learn a lot very quickly. Let's say you come from Call of Duty or something, then you're gonna have to learn the style. If you have, like I said, if you've played sports games, you're gonna know how to spend your points and stuff like that. You're gonna be like, oh, this is very similar to Madden or NBA 2K, where you have to kind of create your character and stuff like that. So that's basically what you're doing the whole time. You're creating your character. You're finding what equipment works for them, what speeds up your attacks, what makes your attack stronger, what makes you move faster, and a couple things like that. So Unfortunately, I wish they would have extended the beta for people that had server issues, or what the case was with the servers. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. If there's more that you want to talk about, let me know, and I'll see if I can talk about it. I'll see you guys later.